Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Fort Scott Sports Live here for round one of the postseason presented by Crockhand. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get gigabit, the fastest internet in Southeast Kansas with Crockhand. Go to ruralfiber.org to learn more or ckt.net to get started on your Crockhand. We are here once again, Fort Scott hosting the Kansas City, Kansas Blue Devils. And we had a very, very interesting ending to the game about a week or so ago in the last meeting between these two teams. Now looking forward to this one. Kansas City, Kansas Community took the dub in the last meeting. This time Fort Scott and the Greyhounds looking to get their revenge in a very close matchup. The number 4 seed Greyhounds currently in the region, the Kansas Jayhawk Conference. They are sitting number 4. KCK sitting at number 5 in the conference. So two teams that are so tightly knitted, just looking to get the best out of each other. Right now sitting 1-1 on the season. And as we look back at the last couple of times that these two teams have met, some show-out players, one of which being Tavion Washington, number 4 for the Blue Devils. That man lit it up in the second half. The Greyhounds had the lead going into halftime, and then in the second half, Washington really put together a star-studded 20 minutes for this contest and just took the ball game away. He was near 100% from free throw. I think he shot like 1 miss on 18 attempts from the line, as well as just phenomenal play from the floor, making a couple of trays as well as a couple of doubles here and there as well. And then on the other side of the equation, we saw McKay and Hastings check in as a starter here late in the season. That was on sophomore night. So I don't know if that had implications in it, but Hastings really showing out as a starter, getting those extra minutes and getting to play a little bit more time on the floor than he might be used to, and making the best use of it in that time. He was able to put together a surplus of points with the help of Jaden Hollis from outside the perimeter, and a couple other names to rattle off here. Noah Porter, obviously. He's been one of the household names of this Greyhounds squad. Marco Taft being able to check in as a big man, standing 6'2", just a real strong guy underneath the basket. And then Cass Henry. He's a guy that's been kind of rotated to the bench from being a starter, but coming off the bench, he's just as electric as he once was as a starter, being able to shoot from outside the arc, gather a couple of boards, as well as put it back up on the glass. So looking forward to tonight's contest as we'll take our first break here on Fort Scott Sports Live. We'll be right back with starting lineups and the start of the postseason. Stay tuned. We've got action coming your way.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know. It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
How is it so fast?
With Crockhand's multi-gig internet, you can experience monstrous speeds for every device in your home or business at the same time for a low, no-nonsense price.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the Four-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
From the football field to the bean field, the right equipment can make all the difference. Gear up for harvest, expand your fleet, or grow your business with Tyler Jackman at Big Iron Auctions. Tyler can improve your operation conveniently, efficiently, and effectively. And if you're selling one piece or the whole operation, Big Iron can connect you with over 750,000 registered bidders. Buying or selling, go big. Big Iron Auctions. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115. BigIronAuctions.com.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
And we're back just a minute and a half away from the opening tip. As we look at this Fort Scott team currently sitting 15-4 on the season, 6-6 in conference play, sitting perfectly in the middle of the pack at that number 4 seed. Right now, as we look at their schedule, as of the last few games, they've only been able to collect one win on the last 6, taking a loss to KCK, Highland Community, Johnson County, Allen County, and Neosho County, all getting the best of these Greyhounds. But Labette could not hold them off at the end of the season, wrapping up the regular season with a win and putting them over that 500 mark on the season. But a lot of close games sprinkled in here. You have a 74-67, 80-63, 78-62, 77-74, 64-56. I mean, all these games just a couple of possessions away from maybe making a big change in how this game is played. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a moment as we've got the national anthem due up right around the corner, and then we'll be right back for starting lineups and the beginning of this matchup. And we're back. We'll go ahead and rattle off some starters here for this contest. First up for the Blue Devils, starting off with number 3, the 6'3" sophomore guard from Lenexa, Kansas, Pierce Ross. Then followed by number 10. Number 10 will be Malik Lewis, which I don't have on here for this roster. I've got an old one. That's an issue. Malik Lewis is number 10, followed by number 15. We'll go ahead and get that Blue Devils roster up. Number 10, the 6'2" freshman guard out of Kansas City, Missouri, Malik Lewis. Number 15, the 6'6" sophomore forward out of Kansas City, Missouri, Darren McHenry. Number 21, the 6'6" freshman guard out of Midlothian, Texas, Matthew Williams. And then wrapping up that KCK squad is number 12, the 6'2" redshirt sophomore guard out of Zeeland, Michigan, Andrew Tiemeyer. On the other side, starting it off, number 1, the 5'8" sophomore guard out of Fort Worth, Texas, Jaden Hollis. Number 2, the 6'1" sophomore guard out of Arlington, Texas, McKayan Hastings. Number 5, the 6'4" sophomore forward out of Dallas, Texas, Devin Boone. Number 3, the 6-foot freshman guard out of Colorado Springs, Jatwan Mike. And number 13, the 6'7" freshman forward out of Garnett, Kansas, Noah Porter. I'm going to step aside for just a moment. Let me get that updated roster for you guys. First basket in for KCK as they start off with a 2 on the other side of the ball. Now over to the Greyhounds. Porter working it down low. Over to Boone from the corner for 3. Lights it up. Devin Boone gets a quick tray. They work it over to Lewis. Now a 3, shot and in from Tavion Washington. The perimeter lighting up already as Porter dishes it. Hollis in for 2. Quick points on both sides. Both teams going 2 for 2 on possessions. 5 apiece. Just a little over a minute into this ball game. Here in half number 1. Working it to the interior is Fisher. Here's Washington. Backing down Hollis. Pass inside. McHenry tipped away. Jatwan Mike nearly takes off with it. Now pulling up is Lewis, but swatted by Jatwan Mike. And already we have an electric atmosphere here in Arnold Arena. The student section of the Greyhounds showing out tonight, as well as a couple from the crowd here for the Blue Devils in round 1 of the playoffs. Boone taking it down the floor. Hollis now over on the close side. Hollis finds Mike. Boone works it inside to the paint, lays it off the glass, can't go. Porter tips it, and this one into the hands of Malik Lewis. Lewis takes it down the floor, tries to drive against Hollis, lays it off the glass, no dice, off the hands of Porter into those of Hollis. Now, Boone down the floor, slowing things down for Fort Scott. This one goes out of bounds. The Greyhounds turn it back over. And after 2 electric possessions out of both of these teams on both sides of the floor, it has gone slightly stagnant here as of the last couple. Both teams 2 for 4 on possessions in this game. McHenry at the point, dishes to Lewis. Lewis trying to drive, has to back out. Tiemeyer over to Fisher. Fisher finds himself open for a triple and gets it to go. Here's Hollis. Hollis Working it on the outside, Hastings over to Boone. Boone trying to drive, and they will say no foul on the contact. Instead, it goes out of bounds on Boone. So an 8-point lead here for KCK Community as Fisher looks to take this one down the floor with Tymire, guarded by Hastings. Lewis hands off, Washington. Fisher looking for the kick out, gets it to Washington. Washington trying to wheel around Hollis. Drives into the paint, lays one up. No dice, doesn't get to the rim. Now Hollis on the transition. Mike finds Boone. Boone to Porter on the base and gets fouled. He will be headed to the line to shoot two. A very surprising result there on that possession as Porter common for being able to knock those down. And gather the and one, was not able to this time around. Porter does get the first of his free throws. 6-8 score. Now looking to make it a 1-point game here. 16:24 to go in half number one. Porter does not get the second to fall. Now Washington facing the trap in the paint on his own side of the floor. Now they'll take it down with Fisher. Fisher working on the outside. Hands off Lewis. Lewis finds Washington for the three. Can't go, and rebound Mike. Hollis dishes Porter to Hollis. Hollis trying to get his way to the baseline. This one poked out and into the hands. Fisher was poked out by Washington. A lot of contact here on the floor. Only one foul called, and that was against Porter. Or not against Porter, but against Lewis. Porter was the one to head to the line, and Lewis, it's a big three to keep the momentum for KCK. Hastings dishes, Hollis, Boone. Cross court to Mike. And they will say Mike steps out of bounds. That will call for some substitutions here on the Greyhounds side as we enter our first media timeout here on Fort Scott Sports Live, presented by Crawcan. We'll be right back after this.
Today we're going to do an experiment to see just how fast Crawcan's multi-gig internet is. In your email, you'll find two links. When I say go, click on the first link to download the 500 gigabyte test file. Go! Okay, now when I say go, click on the second link in your email to upload the file. Go! I guess it really does eclipse all other internet.
Release the Crawcan. Monstrous multi-gig speeds for a low, no-nonsense price.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
And we're back on Fort Scott Sports Live, presented by Crawcan. 11-6 score. As Tymire inbounds it to Fisher. No substitutions yet for KCK. I'll leave the starters in here. Miles McMonigal and Marco Taft check in for McKay and Hastings and Devin Boone. Tymire flips it to Washington. Washington over to Fisher. Fisher moves past Taft but faces Mike. Fisher now looking to drive, kicks it, and a lay-in two for Lewis. 13-6. KCK with a good couple streaks of possessions. Here's Marco Taft trying to drive. Forced to kick out to Hollis. Now McMonigle. McMonigle, one of those players that steps into games and makes a big difference in him. If he can get his step on the perimeter, man, he can really start to light a fire on offense. Washington kicks to McHenry. Lewis now driving from the corner. This one laid in by McHenry, good for 2. Keeping it at a 7-point difference here in Arnold Arena. 13:50 to go. Hollis scanning the floor. Delivers to Porter. Porter trying to work it inside, can't get it to go. Lewis gets the rebound. Fisher, Tymeyer. Now everybody's touched it on this possession. McHenry coming up to set the screen, and he does. Fisher with a nice transition, but no, plugged up by Porter, and he gets the steal. Poked out by Taft. Moving it to McMonigle for the 3, and he drains it. Miles McMonigle, just as I was talking about him, he will take that opportunity at any chance. Driving in, kick out, Tymeyer trying to answer, can't get it to go. Now Washington tries for another. This one poked out by KCK Community, and back to the Greyhounds. An eruption from that side of the floor, as it is home to the student section of the Greyhounds, and we've got quite a few substitutions. Lewis, Washington, and Fisher all coming off the floor, as well as McHenry coming on for the Blue Devils. As I'll try to get that up here in a second. Is going to be, I'll get them off here in a second. Hollis pulls up from the paint, mid-range 2, can't go. Taking it down the floor here. Here's Anthony Leonard, now driving, Kamani Ford, can't get the 2, rebound Mike. Also on the floor now, Matthew Williams. Cass Henry, he just joined the fight. Will put up a 3, won't go. Henry moves it. McMonigle for the triple. Cash money. Miles McMonigle. Moving it around on the perimeter. They flip it to Tymeyer. Now driving, lays it off the glass, and it cannot go. Hollis now pushing the pace down the floor. Puts up a 2, and it's in. That's a Greyhound lead here with just under 12 to go in the first half. Booker, Ford, over to Tymeyer. Now finds Leonard up top. Leonard trying to work his way past McMonigle. Here comes Booker. Kick out. Tymeyer for the 3. Can't go. And now it's Hollis taking off down the floor again. Euro steps inside and cannot get it to fall. Lots of contact on both sides of the floor. No whistles just yet as Leonard puts one up. And finally, we get the first foul called against the Greyhounds. This one goes against Cass Henry. Coming onto the floor, McKay and Hastings will rejoin, as well as maybe a couple others from Kansas City Community. And we have another timeout here on the floor as we will step aside, take a break here, and we'll be right back after this on Fort Scott Sports Live, presented by Crawcan.
Today we're going to do an experiment to see just how fast Crawcan's multi-gig internet is. In your email, you'll find 2 links. When I say go, click on the first link to download the 500 gigabyte test file. Go! Okay, now when I say go, click on the second link in your email to upload the file. Go! I guess it really does eclipse all other internet.
Release the Crawcan. Monstrous multi-gig speeds for a low, no-nonsense price.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of the perennial playoff-bound Greyhound baseball team. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
And we're back. 11:22 left here in half number 1. First foul for the Greyhounds coming at the hands of Cass Henry against Anthony Leonard, who takes the stripe here. Right now with a chance to separate by 1 if he makes both of these after making the first. Saw a lot of physicality, both sides of the floor, starting to feel the tension. And like I said, last time these two teams met, there was a lot of tension after the game. Bit of a scuffle afterwards, couple of technicals throughout the game as well. Something to keep an eye on as tensions are certainly high. Haven't had any time to let this wear off. Henry kicks out, McMonigal over to Hollis. Kicks out, McMonigal open for the 3, can't get it to fall. Now the kick out, Hastings tries his, can't go either. This one tipped back into the basket. It's Marco Taft, the deliverer. Washington now trying to work on the far side over to Leonard. They work it down low to Williams. Matthew Williams pass to Washington, knocked up, now back out to Leonard. Leonard pulls up, contested 3 and drills it. I think they actually ruled that a 2, as scoreboard shows 19-18. Hollis works it to Henry. Hastings now looking to drive, kicks out. Henry for the 3, can't go, rebound Booker as he pushes the pace down the floor. Trying to work past McMonigal. Leonard works it into Williams. Back out, Booker. Nice ball fake, but it will be too much. Travel called. Not to mention, with the tensions being so high in this contest, the first round of the playoffs, win or go home basically as it sits. Trying to extend your season as much as possible, as this one goes out of bounds and will stay with the Greyhounds. A collision with Kamani Ford, Cass Henry, a trash can, and the water cart. Everybody gets up, seems to be doing all right as it sits. Hollis gets it into Porter. Porter back out, Hollis pulls up, mid-range 2, it's good. So game clock did not start on that play, so they adjusted to 9:19 here. I'll say it took approximately 10 seconds. As now down the floor here. Work it to the outside. McHenry. Washington. Handoff, Leonard. Back to McHenry. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Pull up 3, can't go, and we've got a foul called on the floor. This goes against Jaden Hollis. So we'll turn the ball back over to the Blue Devils. Hollis getting in a bit of a scuffle with Tavion Washington. As the inbound here, Fisher delivers to Ford. Now Leonard resetting at the top. 15 on the shot clock. Leonard, step back 2, gets it. Hollis now down the floor for the Greyhounds. 8:30 remaining. Hollis drives in, kicks out. Porter for the three, delivers. It's good. Noah Porter from the perimeter. Talk about a utility guy. He can just play from about anywhere on the floor. Pass across court is out of bounds. Miscue from the Blue Devils. That ball was right in between Kamani Ford and Anthony Leonard, neither of which made a pursuit to track that one down. It just travels out towards the Greyhounds bench, and now hearing it once again from the student section. Mike kicks it. Hastings, three, got it! McKayan Hastings bumps it to a 5-point lead, and the Greyhounds are fired up with just under 8 to go here in half number 1. We'll take a break. We'll be right back after this.
How is it so fast?
With Crawcan's multi-gig internet, you can experience monstrous speeds for every device in your home or business at the same time for a low, no-nonsense price.
From the football field to the bean field, the right equipment can make all the difference. Gear up for harvest, expand your fleet, or grow your business with Tyler Jackman at Big Iron Auctions. Tyler can improve your operation conveniently, efficiently, and effectively. And if you're selling one piece or the whole operation, Big Iron can connect you with over 750,000 registered bidders. Buying or selling, go big. Big Iron Auctions. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115. BigIronAuctions.com.
Today we're going to do an experiment to see just how fast Crawcan's multi-gig internet is. In your email, you'll find 2 links. When I say go, click on the first link to download the 500 gigabyte test file. Go! Okay, now when I say go, click on the second link in your email to upload the file. Go! I guess it really does eclipse all other internet.
Release.
And we're back, 21-26 score here in Arnold Arena, as the Greyhounds have manufactured quite the lead after being down 7 at the beginning of this game. They were down by up to 9 at one point as well. 7 was kind of the standing difference, though, as a big-time 3 delivered from Fisher. Down the floor, Mike flips it over to Hollis. Hollis to Boone. Boone, Mike. Mike was looking for an opportunity to pull up from the perimeter. Hollis, long 2, rattles off the rim. Devin Boone gathers the rebound. Kick out, Hastings, taken away by Ali Booker. And now, no dice on the 2. Coach Glover wanting a flop down there at the base. Hollis loses the ball, grabs it again, delivers. Porter rises up and gets it for 2. Couple close calls here and there for Fort Scott. They finally come away with some points there on that possession, and now an empty one from KCK after a quick missed 3. Hollis drives inside, can't get it to go. Now after the rebound from Fisher, Washington blocked by Porter, and it is out of bounds on the Greyhounds. Couple of Greyhounds getting vertical against Tavion Washington, who was hauling down the floor like a freight train. Gets stopped up right before the rim. See what Fisher can do. Gets it in. Lewis was able to keep it alive. Wow, very impressive there on that sideline. McHenry poked out by Boone. Now Hastings poked out by McHenry. Over to Lewis, and nothing called here. There's gotta be something there. Noah Porter wears it on his chest. I mean, like I said, something's gotta be there. Way too much contact. Good rebound by Booker. This one stopped up and picked up by McMonagle. Looking down court. Over to Mike for the three. Can't get it to go. Rebound Porter. Porter's pass blocked by Booker, and now back the other direction. This one taken away. J-Twan Mike. A very messy game right now. Couple of turnovers from both sides. And now the Greyhounds slowing down here, taking it down the floor. 17 on the shot clock as Boone works it. Porter from the point. Can't get it to go for three. And now the Blue Devils will slow down as it will be Fisher. Washington working the point with Fisher. McHenry up there as well. Fisher makes his way to the block. Forced to kick out to Booker. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Fisher calling for it on the near side. Booker delivers. McHenry for the two. Gets it to go. .28 all. Hastings pressed up by Booker. Boone now trying to back down Fisher. Boone now makes his way to the paint and can't get it to go. Calling for some contact, but that has not been there all game. Gotta play through it. Here's Booker from the perimeter. Can't get it. Tipped out to Boone and now Porter. Fast break down the floor to McMonagle, who lays it off the glass and in. Washington, his pass over to Fisher. Here's Booker. Finds Lewis. Lewis working against J-Twan Mike. Booker now on the far side wing. Up to McHenry. Fisher takes to the elbow. Foul called, and it wheels its way out of the rim. Very close to getting that and one. And that one will be on Noah Porter for the foul. Got a timeout with the stoppage in play. Media coming up. 2-point game here as Fort Scott maintains the lead. We'll take a break. We'll be right back after this.
Selling equipment can be a hassle. Whether you're needing to replace an old tractor or you're finally getting to retire, the time and energy needed to clean, prep, promote, and sell seems daunting. That's why you need Tyler Jackman and Big Iron Auctions. From one piece to the whole farm, Big Iron Auctions can deliver your items to more than 750,000 registered bidders. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 or learn more at bigironauctions.com. Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, well, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com. You've heard go big or go home. At Big Iron Auctions, you can go big from home. With thousands of pieces of equipment, active auctions, bidding at your convenience,
and we're back. Free throws coming up for Fisher after the foul against Noah Porter. And the first one falls. Jamison Fisher, his first visit today. Only the second visit from KCK. And only the third visit of the game to the foul stripe as he goes 1 for 2. First free throw missed by the Blue Devils tonight. Here's Hollis. McMonigle over to Taft. Taft. And Mike on the perimeter, now finds Porter. Porter trying a baseline drive. McMonigle for 3, can't get it to go. Bounces off the rim hard. 3 minutes ago here in half number 1. The Blue Devils looking to take back the lead as Fisher drives to the paint, delivers McHenry in for 2. 31-30 now. Hollis drawing up the offense from the point. Hollis over the top to Porter. Porter kicks out. Mike does the same thing as McMonigle, but drills it this time. Fake pass in for 3. Here's Fisher down the floor. Washington and Ty Meyer up top, alongside McHenry, looking to set a screen. Driving in, Fisher off the glass, can't go. Bit of a reckless shot there as Hollis takes it down the floor. Mike over to Taft. Taft looking to baseline drive. Can't get past the defender, has to kick it back up. 13 on the shot clock as Porter gets it near the base. Porter kicks out. Mike over to Hollis. Hollis with 6 seconds. Steps back, takes the 2, can't get it to go. J-Twan Mike off of his hands and out of bounds. Two-point lead here for Fort Scott. Down the floor with Anthony Leonard. McHenry finds himself at the top of the key. Lewis out to Washington. Washington kicks up. Lewis to Leonard. This one poked out by Mike. 3 seconds on the shot clock. He's got to just chuck it up. And that is a shot clock violation. J-Twan Mike with a big-time heads-up play forces the turnover. .20 seconds on the shot clock now as the reset. A minute left here in half number 1. Timeout called by the Greyhounds and Coach Glover. They want a small break, and we will see. It is a short timeout, so we'll keep it here. Right now, as we look at the stats, leaders 4 points. For KCK, tied up at the top with Malik Lewis and Jamison Fisher at 7 apiece. And then for Fort Scott, Miles McMonigle and Jaden Hollis, each sitting at 8 apiece. Miles McMonigle putting 2 for 4 from 3-point range. Jaden Hollis connecting all from underneath. 4 for 9 inside of the arc. Not a single shot taken from outside. He's had a couple of chances to put up some rash ones, but he's been a very smart basketball player tonight. Working it to the inside, being strong with the ball, and actually using that height to his advantage, staying very low. It's been very difficult for the opposing team to strip that ball away. Hollis over McMonigle for the 3, connects! Miles McMonigle right out the gate. Up to a 5-point lead. Ty Meyer finds McHenry outside the arc. Over to Lewis. Trying to drive the base, and it's taken away. Hollis on the break. Has to make it past a couple defenders. McMonigle now loses it. And out of bounds, 24.3 seconds. The inbound comes quickly. We will get a substitution here as Ty Meyer comes off for Fisher. Fisher to Lewis. McHenry nearly loses it. This one goes out of bounds. Back to the Greyhounds. McHenry fumbles the pass and then delivers one off the mark. Inbound to Hollis. Eight seconds, Taft gets it, fires across to McMonagle. Out of bounds. They will say off of McMonagle and then quickly overruled. There's no way McMonagle touched that one. They do quickly overrule it, so 4.3 seconds as Porter gets it. Now we'll look to drive, pull up from the elbow, delivers the two and the buzzer. 38-31, a 7-point lead at halftime here for the Greyhounds. We'll step aside for a moment and we'll be right back with halftime stats and analysis here coming from Arnold Arena.
Today we're going to do an experiment to see just how fast Crawlcan's multi-gig internet is. In your email, you'll find two links. When I say go, click on the first link to download the 500 gigabyte test file. Go! Okay, now when I say go, click on the second link in your email to upload the file. Go! I guess it really does eclipse all other internet.
Release the Crawcan. Monstrous multi-gig speeds for a low, no-nonsense price.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the 4-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
and Clark sheer athleticism.
It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom
Reaching residential areas.
and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
From the football field to the bean field, the right equipment can make all the difference. Gear up for harvest, expand your fleet, or grow your business with Tyler Jackman at Big Iron Auctions. Tyler can improve your operation conveniently, efficiently, and effectively. And if you're selling one piece or the whole operation, Big Iron can connect you with over 750,000 registered bidders. Buying or selling, go big. Big Iron Auctions. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115. BigIronAuctions.com.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the 4-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
How is it so fast?
With Crawcan's multi-gig internet, you can experience monstrous speeds for every device in your home or business at the same time for a low, no-nonsense price.
Today we're going to do an experiment to see just how fast Crawcan's multi-gig internet is. In your email, you'll find two links. When I say go, click on the first link to download the 500 gigabyte test file. Go! Okay, now when I say go, click on the second link in your email to upload the file. Go! I guess it really does eclipse all other internet.
Release the Crawcan. Monstrous multi-gig speeds for a low, no-nonsense price.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
and Clark sheer athleticism.
It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom
Reaching residential areas?
and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Today we're going to do an experiment to see just how fast Crawcan's multi-gig internet is. In your email, you'll find two links. When I say go, click on the first link to download the 500 gigabyte test file. Go! Okay, now when I say go, click on the second link in your email to upload the file. Go! I guess it really does eclipse all other internet.
Release the Crawcan. Monstrous multi-gig speeds for a low, no-nonsense price.
From the football field to the bean field, the right equipment can make all the difference. Gear up for harvest, expand your fleet, or grow your business with Tyler Jackman at Big Iron Auctions. Tyler can improve your operation conveniently, efficiently, and effectively. And if you're selling one piece or the whole operation, Big Iron can connect you with over 750,000 registered bidders. Buying or selling, go big. Big Iron Auctions. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115. BigIronAuctions.com.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the Four-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
and Clark sheer athleticism.
It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom
Reaching residential areas?
and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
How is it so fast?
With Crawcan's multi-gig internet, you can experience monstrous speeds for every device in your home or business at the same time for a low, no-nonsense price.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
How is it so fast?
With Crawcan's multi-gig internet, you can experience monstrous speeds for every device in your home or business at the same time for a low, no-nonsense price.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
and Clark sheer athleticism.
It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom
Reaching residential areas?
and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
From the football field to the bean field, the right equipment can make all the difference. Gear up for harvest, expand your fleet, or grow your business with Tyler Jackman at Big Iron Auctions. Tyler can improve your operation conveniently, efficiently, and effectively. And if you're selling one piece or the whole operation, Big Iron can connect you with over 750,000 registered bidders. Buying or selling, go big. Big Iron Auctions. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115. BigIronAuctions.com.
Today we're going to do an experiment to see just how fast Crawcan's multi-gig internet is. In your email, you'll find 2 links. When I say go, click on the first link to download the 500 gigabyte test file. Go! Okay, now when I say go, click on the second link in your email to upload the file. Go! I guess it really does eclipse all other internet.
Release the Crawcan. Monstrous multi-gig speeds for a low, no-nonsense price.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the 4-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
From the football field to the bean field, the right equipment can make all the difference. Gear up for harvest, expand your fleet, or grow your business with Tyler Jackman at Big Iron Auctions. Tyler can improve your operation conveniently, efficiently, and effectively. And if you're selling one piece or the whole operation, Big Iron can connect you with over 750,000 registered bidders. Buying or selling, go big. Big Iron Auctions. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115. BigIronAuctions.com.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the 4-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
Fort Scott leading by 7 as we near the end of halftime, headed into half number 2. 38-31 is the score, and I can't stress enough the implications of this game. Both teams sitting 1-1 on the season in head-to-head matchups. And with last game and the way that all ended, tensions are definitely at an all-time high. We have not seen a lot of the faces that we're used to seeing, or a couple of faces that we're used to seeing out of this Greyhounds team. Xavier January usually gets a couple of minutes in the first halves of games, and as well as a couple of others that sometimes make their way in, Callaway. And then on the other side, they've been pretty passive on the substitutions. What really killed Kansas City Community was when they did like a full court clear. They subbed 4 guys into the game who were kind of fresh and maybe a little bit cold, a little rusty coming off the bench. And immediately Fort Scott not only closed the distance, but took a lead of their own in about 3 or 4 possessions. So that was really the swinging point at about 7 minutes or so left in the first half. So we will see if that is what continues to be the case, or if they ever substitute that many people in at one time again, because that seems to be a big hitting factor against this Blue Devils team. So it'll be interesting to see what they do here. Greyhounds keeping a majority of their starters on the floor, but even the guys coming off the bench, Miles McMonigal coming off the bench and tied for the leading score on the game right now. So very impressive performance out of him. Other guys that have been coming off the bench for the Greyhounds include Marco Taft with 2. And then I think that's it, actually. Marco Taft and Miles McMonigal, the only 2 to, oh, Cass Henry, he came off the bench. He's 0 for 2 on the day with a foul and an assist. But actually, I stood corrected. Miles McMonigal now as the leading scorer with 11. Jaden Hollis and Noah Porter tied for 8 right behind him. So we get started here. Half number 2 underway, 20 minutes to play here in Arnold Arena. Porter kicks it over to Boone. Starters on the floor for both of these teams. Hastings, had a driving lane, but Tymeyer closes it up. Mike, over to Hollis. Boone with 9 seconds on the shot clock. Has to make a move here, fading 2, can't get it to go. And J-Twan Mike bats it out of bounds. Not a terrible possession. Would like to see that one come down for a second chance opportunity if you're a Greyhound fan, but not the worst case scenario for either of these teams. Who will break the ice first? Tymeyer on the perimeter, working against Hastings, and now this one poked away by Boone, but regathered. Fisher now works it inside, pass over to McHenry, and foul called on Devin Boone. Fisher on the inbound after the foul from Boone as McHenry posts up, can't get the 2 to go. Washington trying to get vertical, and he gets the drop. Hastings flips it over. Porter has a driving lane, and he is fouled on his way to the bucket. That foul going against number 15 of the Blue Devils, which is Darren McHenry, only his first. And Porter short on the first of his free throws. Shoe tie from Tymeyer. Porter now. Number 2 falls clean. Over to Tymeyer. Tymeyer flips it out. Washington for the 3. Off the back iron, won't go. Hollis gathers the rebound, and a foul called on the floor will go against Darren McHenry. And McHenry collects his second here in this game. One of few, if not the only player right now with 2 fouls. And we've got another. This time, Lewis guilty with his second. Malik Lewis and Derek McHenry, the only 2 players with fouls right now for KCKCC, and they both have 2. Boone working it down the floor. This one poked out and into the hands of Washington. Now Lewis looking to drive the paint. Will get fouled and 1. So now Malik Lewis takes to the line in a 4-point game, trying to make it 3. Swirls off the rim. Hastings gathers the rebound, and now down the floor, works it over to Hollis. Porter. Back to Hollis as he drives the base. Back out, Porter. Porter looking inside to Taft, but couldn't get it there. Hollis gives it back out. Taft to Porter. Porter across Hastings, backdoor cut, and in. Good double from McKay and Hastings. Lewis drives inside, and a block foul called. Not happy from the Greyhounds fans. As Porter seemed to be established for quite some time before that contact. First one is in from Lewis. Back to a 5-point game. Lewis goes 2 for 2 on that trip. 4-point game now as that one's batted out of bounds by the Blue Devils. Boone on the inbound. Inbound from Boone. As he gets it in, Hollis speeds his way around Tymire, and now across midcourt. Hollis gets fouled up top by Malik Lewis, and Lewis collects his 3rd of the contest. All of a sudden, whistles being blown here in the second half, a bit of a different game. I don't know if it's the extra physicality or not, but things just a little bit different than the first half. Taft out to Mike, and now another foul. This time Tymire guilty. Inbound from Hollis as he flips it up top to Taft. Taft takes to the paint, kicks it out. Mike in the corner, has to give off to Boone, who elevates and gets the 2. A couple of fouls and they collect the double. Devin Boone keeps it at 6. Williams over to Tymire. Tymire, his pass tipped out of bounds by Boone. Inbound from Fisher. as Tymeyer takes the triple, can't get it to go off the back iron, and it will be Blue Devils ball. And Coach Glover still waiting for the signal. And they will give it to the Blue Devils. I believe it did go off of Boone at the end of that, so. He was trying to make a case there, but a travel called. As that three will be null and void off the hands of Kamani Ford. Hollis to Taft. To Mike. Now Boone trying to take to the paint. Boone now finds an opening, rises up, and it's out of bounds. They will say off the hands of Boone last once again. Down the floor with Fisher. Booker, or no, that's Leonard. Takes the two. A smart bucket there from the Blue Devils. Keeps them in this game. 4-point ball game as it sits. Taft kicks out. Boone collects. Hastings long triple. Can't go. Mike gives it off to Taft, and it will be out of bounds on the Greyhounds. A very intense sequence of events. Fisher looks to drive down the right side, over to Ford. He hit one earlier, and a foul called on Boone after the three-point try. They will say got him on the arm, and now Kamani Ford will boot up 3 free throws coming up after this break on Fort Scott Sports Live.
You've heard go big or go home. At Big Iron Auctions, you can go big from home. With thousands of pieces of equipment, active auctions, bidding at your convenience, and an easy-to-use site, BigIronAuctions.com can help you grow big. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 to see how Big Iron Auctions can help grow your operation. Bid now, list now at BigIronAuctions.com.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the Four-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
Your home for live local sports. Varsity Sports Live delivers professional level coverage with high quality video and broadcasters that know.
And we're back. Kamani Ford with an opportunity here in Arnold Arena to make it a 1-point game if he capitalizes on all 3 free throws. Devin Boone collected his second foul of the game. First one off the front of the rim. Ford does not get that to fall. So now 2 more coming up for Kamani Ford. Free throw percentages have been mediocre tonight. Not too bad for the Blue Devils, 66%, 50% from Fort Scott, and that will increase after a couple makes from Kamani Ford. 2-point game. Hastings over to Hollis. Hollis working the points. Hastings now with 17 on the shot clock. Looking to drive, kicks out. Boone now finds a driving lane off the glass and can't go. Now down the floor, Leonard kicks out. Ford for the three, can't connect. Snatched out of the air by Washington. The lay off the rim won't go. Back out, Leonard, and Fisher will slow things down. 15 on the shot clock. Leonard now at the top of the key, trying to work his way down into the paint. Fisher loses the ball into the hands of J-Twan Mike, and a jump ball called. And we will have a official discussion here on the floor, as I believe we shall see if there's a shot clock violation here. So that is the question as of right now that they are debating. So looking from here, can't quite tell. Well, we will send it to a short break. We'll be right back after this.
Your home for live, local sports. Varsity Sports Live delivers professional level coverage with high-quality video and broadcasters that know your schools and community.
Touchdown, Tonganoxie!
With the support of local businesses, you never pay to watch varsity sports. Live, local, free high school sports coverage. That's Varsity Sports Live.
Grass gets it away. Moore's down the middle. And he makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans!
Keep up with the action at varsitysportslive.com. Live, local, free high school sports.
Today we're going to do an experiment to see just how fast Crawlcan's multi-gig internet is. In your email, you'll find 2 links. When I say go, click on the first link to download the 500 gigabyte test file. Go! Okay, now when I say go, click on the second link in your email to upload the file. Go! I guess it really does eclipse all other internet.
Release the Crawcan. Monstrous multi-gig speeds for a low, no-nonsense price.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of...
And we're back. Looks like jump ball was called with a second left on the shot clock. So they will have to get it in and pretty much put up a shot. It does not go off the hands of Leonard. Hastings got the rebound and now down the floor with Hollis. Hollis swings it over to Hastings, finds Porter at the base. Kicks across to McMonigal. Hastings drives in, kicks out. McMonigal for the three. Can't go. Boone, rebound, put back, no good either. Rebounded by Fisher in a 2-point contest. Williams kicks out. Fisher at the point. near the logo as they work it to Washington. Trying to back down Hastings. Kick out. Kamani Ford drills the three. (44-43). A Blue Devil lead here about a quarter of the way through the second half. Hastings looking to answer, and he does from way downtown. McKay and Hastings. Fisher over to Ford, looking to drive, and this one won't go. Transition to Hollis as he puts up a floater. Can't go, and rebounded by Leonard. Fisher up top. Gives it off to Washington. Now Washington takes a long three. Can't get it to fall. Boone. Facing a lot of contact there in the paint after the rebound. Hastings up to Hollis at the logo. Drawing up the offense. Hollis hits a nice spin move to get one off. Hastings for the triple. Yes! Bingo for Hastings. Fisher trying to put together some kind of answer as they work it out to Ford. Ford back out. Fisher for the three. Drills it. And timeout called by KCK Community. We will take a break as it is a media 12:05 to go. We step aside on Fort Scott Sports Live, presented by Crawcan.
How is it so fast?
With Crawcan's multi-gig internet, you can experience monstrous speeds for every device in your home or business at the same time for a low, no-nonsense price.
Today we're going to do an experiment to see just how fast Crawcan's multi-gig internet is. In your email, you'll find two links. When I say go, click on the first link to download the 500 gigabyte test file. Go! Okay, now when I say go, click on the second link in your email to upload the file. Go! I guess it really does eclipse all other internet.
Release the Crawcan. Monstrous multi-gig speeds for a low, no-nonsense price.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
and Clark sheer athleticism.
It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to.
And we're back on Fort Scott Sports Live. 12:05 to go here in half number two. 2-point game. Down the floor to Porter. Hastings gives it off to Hollis. Hollis now around to the far side. Gets a screen, drives in, kicks out. McMonigal, three, can't go off the back iron. Leonard works his way to the paint. McHenry kicks it back out to Washington. Now McHenry trying to post up as this one's poked loose. Devin Boone trying to take to the glass. Can't get it. McMonigal now on the outside, gives off to Hastings as they slow things down here, trying to make it a two-possession lead once more. Boone over to Hastings. Hastings drives, takes to the board, off the glass and in. 51-47. McHenry gives off to Leonard. Leonard makes his way to the elbow, and now over to McHenry again. Back out. Leonard drives to the block, can't get the two. Hollis now down the floor. Now will drive past Washington, and using the speed, gets around the defenders and in for two. Back up to a 6-point lead here as Fisher kicks out. Leonard for three, trying to cut it in half, and that he does. 50-53. Both teams playing so well on both sides of the floor. As they kick out, Hastings swings it, Porter to Hollis. Hollis finds some space. Won't take anything here, 8 seconds. As Hollis takes to the rim, gets the two! Jaden Hollis. Working the underneath. Washington moves it inside to McHenry. Washington, perfect cut, pass, and in. We've got 3 substitutions looking to check in here at the scores table. Hollis and Hastings working on the outside. Have McMonigal over in the corner. Hollis has to pitch back out to Porter, and a bit of a miscommunication there. As we will have our under 12 media here after this. Right back on Fort Scott Sports Live.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of the perennial playoff-bound Greyhound baseball team. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Selling equipment can be a hassle. Whether you're needing to replace an old tractor or you're finally getting to retire, the time and energy needed to clean, prep, promote, and sell seems daunting. That's why you need Tyler Jackman and Big Iron Auctions. From one piece to the whole farm, Big Iron Auctions can deliver your items to more than 750,000 registered bidders. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 or learn more at BigIronAuctions.com. Call service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, well, outstanding in their field.
And we're back. 3-point lead here for Fort Scott in Arnold Arena. Could be their final home game of the season as the 4 and the 5 seeds meet up here in round 1. But right now, the biggest concern is, will this be the final game of whose season? Both these teams going bucket for bucket right now in this ball game. Only a 3-point separation here as Fisher has it at the logo, drives to the board, can't get it to go. Tipped into the hands of J-Twan Mike. Hollis now works down the floor. Gets it to Taft underneath. Taft works it to Porter. Porter stopped up by McHenry. And now off the glass, falling backwards. Gets the two. Noah Porter, a spectacular shot. Leonard trying to work it inside. Oh, good snag by Lewis. McHenry back out to Fisher. Cross court to Washington. Washington trying to move against Hollis. Puts up a contested 2, and it's out of bounds on Mike. Stays with KCK Community. Fisher gets it into Washington. Now Fisher takes it back up to the point. This one's poked away by Mike. Great defense by J-Twan Mike. Very aggressive, but not getting too handsy with it. And this one off the hands. McHenry can't reel it in. It will be out of bounds on the Blue Devils. Got a timeout on the floor as we step aside once more. We'll be right back after this.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
Clark sheer athleticism.
It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom
Reaching residential areas?
and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
Today we're going to do an experiment to see just how fast CrawlCan's multi-gig internet is. In your email, you'll find 2 links. When I say go, click on the first link to download the 500 gigabyte test file. Go! Okay, now when I say go, click on the second link in your email to upload the file. Go! I guess it really does eclipse all other internet.
Release the CrawlCan. Monstrous multi-gig speeds for a low, no-nonsense price.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
Clark sheer athleticism.
It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom
Reaching residential areas?
and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you.
Inbound to Hastings. Under 8 to go here in half number 2 for the ball game. Hollis works it to the far side with Porter. Hollis now trying to drive. Reverse layup over to Hastings. Good heads-up play by McKay and Hastings to dive the boards and get the putback. Leonard swings it over to McHenry. Pass back out to Ollie Booker. Now Leonard for the 3. Swirls out, can't go, and put back no good either. As Lewis was trying to get another 2 on the board for the Blue Devils. Now we'll be shooting 2 to try and earn them. That foul called against Noah Porter. Porter collecting his 3rd of the contest as Lewis gets the 1st. Lewis on the 2nd. Gets both. As Williams will come in for McHenry. Boone gets it in. Taft up near midcourt. Hastings checks up at the perimeter. My goodness. McKay and Hastings, what can't you do? Leonard. Out to Booker. Booker feeling the physicality from Mike. And now down the floor as Ollie Booker will be called for a foul. Ollie Booker with his first foul of the game. Checks out for Fisher. As now the inbound coming from Jaden Hollis. Hollis scanning, delivers to Hastings, and he collects it up near the logo. Hollis works it down to Taft. Now hands it back off. Taft, ooh, big pump fake. Oh my goodness! Marco Taft made about 3 defenders miss. A great move, and now it's out of bounds on Fisher. Stripped away by defenders collectively. Effort from Mike and Hollis. Back to that move by Marco Taft. That was absolutely filthy. Nearly got the 2 off of it. Did all the work on the floor. Just couldn't get the ball to trickle over the rim. Hollis working on the near side. Gets to the base. Kicks out Boone. Now Taft. Back to Hollis in the corner. Hollis now working to the paint. Rises up. Can't get it. Taft with the putback. 10-point lead here with 5:30 to go. Arnold Arena starting to erupt. Leonard pulls up to Cash. And timeout called by KCK Community as they trail by 8. Here, a 30-second timeout. So we'll keep it here for the time being. Looking at some leading scorers right now, as both of these teams shooting over 40% from the field. Very noticeable there. McKay and Hastings with 18, Jaden Hollis with 12, Noah Porter with 11, and Miles McMonigal with 11 as well. Very good performances so far from the Fort Scott squad. On the other side for the Blue Devils, Malik Lewis with 13, Anthony Leonard with 11, and Jamison Fisher with 10. Those are your players right now in this ball game that are at the double digits. Tavion Washington nearing that threshold at 9. So pretty close with only a bucket needed as Hollis works it to Taft, tips it over the head of Williams. Boone heads to the base and gets fouled on his way to the bucket. The intellect of Marco Taft saving this Greyhounds team time and time again, and saving his health too. Tips that ball right over the head of Williams. Keeps it with Boone. I mean, it was like he was a volleyball player rising up for that. Boone's first, drops in. McMonigal checks in for Hastings. Lets him cool off for just a minute. McMonigal not losing much with him coming onto the floor, though, as he is just as proficient in about every area that Hastings is. Fisher down the floor. Porter takes to the scores table. Oh, a very tricky bucket from Fisher, and it won't fall. Hollis now slowing things down with a 10-point lead. You're just looking to extend here if you're the Greyhounds. Taft, hands off Boone. Boone takes to the base. Kicks back out to Mike, and now Hollis with 10 on the shot clock. Gets a screen, driving, gets a reverse layup, and it's in. Jaden Hollis continuing to dominate underneath. Leonard pulls up, 2 is good. He's been making it look easy on those fading buckets inside of the arc. Gonna need a little bit more. The defensive effort has got to step up from the Blue Devils if they want to pull this thing off. Hollis gets himself inside the paint. Mike kicks out McMonigle. McMonigle over to Hollis again. Hollis now on the far side as this one's blocked out of bounds. And will go to the Blue Devils. Marco Taft checks out for Noah Porter. Here's Leonard taking it down the floor. He's been on a heater tonight. Anthony Leonard, the leading scorer, tied for it at 13. 15 on the shot clock as Fisher takes a three. Can't get it to connect. Washington saves it, but into the grasp of Porter. Hollis gets across midcourt. Now up past Washington. Kicks out to Porter, and now Hollis back on the perimeter, wasting time. 15 on the shot clock as he looks to drive. Takes to the backboard, but it's blocked by McHenry. Down the floor, Fisher to Leonard. Leonard blocked by Porter. Big block. Noah Porter. The skyscraper underneath. Standing 6'7" as a freshman. Hollis now drives to the base, kicks over. Porter rises up and blocked by McHenry. Down the floor once again as Leonard takes to the glass. Can't get anything. This Blue Devils team can't buy a bucket. Hollis. Now a foul underneath as Porter wears it once again. And J-Twan Mike gets tangled up and hits the deck there as well. As we've got a full timeout here. 2:40 remaining as Fort Scott looks to close this out in Arnold Arena and try and collect a win in more than likely their final home game of the season. We'll be right back after this.
Freedom of the press is about your right to know. It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
From the football field to the bean field, the right equipment can make all the difference. Gear up for harvest, expand your fleet, or grow your business with Tyler Jackman at Big Iron Auctions. Tyler can improve your operation conveniently, efficiently, and effectively. And if you're selling one piece or the whole operation, Big Iron can connect you with over 750,000 registered bidders. Buying or selling, go big. Big Iron Auctions. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115. BigIronAuctions.com.
And we're back on Fort Scott Sports Live, presented by Crocan after the foul committed by Kamani Ford. Noah Porter will be at the line to shoot two and make it a 12-point game here down the stretch. Under 3 to play, 2:40 on the game clock. Porter 1-1, drills the first. Now for the second. Porter gets it. 12-point lead now for the Greyhounds. It's gonna take borderline miracle for the Blue Devils to pull this one off. The clock is your only enemy now if you're the Greyhounds. McHenry. Ford out to Fisher. 8 seconds as Mike gets down on the floor and forces a jump ball between him and Fisher. 6 seconds on the shot clock, but it will be Greyhounds ball. Forcing a turnover in a dire moment. J-Twan Mike making some electric defensive plays. Hollis over top, Hastings back to Hollis. Kicks it, McMonagle over to Porter. Now Porter slowing things down, 18 on the shot clock as we head under 2. And foul called as Fisher wraps up Jaden Hollis. I mean, just completely bear hugged him from behind. Now Hollis 1-1 gets the first, making it even more unlikely here for KCK Community as they stare down the end of their season. Hollis gets the second. Leonard draws a foul. That was Jaden Hollis. As Hollis collects his second, this is gonna be how this ending is playing out. Fouls are going to be alive here at the end. Fisher takes the three, short. Mike collects it, and down the floor, Hastings with a fresh shot clock. Hollis at the logo and takes the 5-second violation as he will turn the ball over with 1:27. Fortunately, not much that this Kansas City, Kansas community team can do at the moment, and Fisher out of bounds, cannot keep the ball under control, tries to crash the boards, and a timeout on the floor as things are starting to get a little bit chirpy here in Arnold Arena. We will step aside and be right back.
How is it so fast?
With Crawcan's multi-gig internet, you can experience monstrous speeds for every device in your home or business at the same time for a low, no-nonsense price.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been.
And we're back, 14-point game with just a minute and a half to go. The inbound gets to Porter as Hollis, Porter and Hastings work it across midcourt. Hollis over to Mike as they get it across, and now Porter out to Hastings. Hastings over to Porter. Porter now backing up, trying to use up even more clock here as Hollis works it inside the perimeter, 1 minute to go. Hollis wheels his way around and loses the ball into the hands of Washington down the floor. Kicks out, Fisher for the three, can't get it off the back iron. Mike collects the rebound. And about 20 seconds separates game and shot clock, now only about 11. And a silent KCK bench here on the close side. KCK crowd not any more lively either. As Hastings goes 2 for 2 from the line, only extending the gap at this point. They work it over to Leonard. 30 seconds to go as Leonard over to Washington. Washington takes to the paint and gets the 2. Trying to make it look a little less bad here down the stretch. Or I guess make it look a little bit better. It's really not that bad of a game, 14 points, but make it look a little bit better for this KCK team. Hastings first, drops through clean. 75-60 as the Greyhounds will step back and play defense, not even making an attempt to rebound this one. Wasn't going to be anyways. 16-point lead once more. As Leonard pulls up, gets the triple, but will be too little, too late here as Hastings brings it across midcourt. 10 seconds and counting as Fort Scott begins their celebration in a victory in round 1 of the playoffs. There will be no handshake here at the conclusion. As both teams are shuttled immediately to their locker rooms. 76-63 final. Fort Scott advances. The KCK Blue Devils wrap up their season in round 1. As we wrap up here on Fort Scott Sports Live for the conclusion of this home series. We will see you next time. Oh, excuse me. We will see you next time for possibly softball, baseball, whatever's up next. We're working out that schedule, so we'll keep you guys updated. Make sure to check in on the YouTube channel as that schedule will be updated here soon with Fort Scott Sports Live, presented by Crocan. We sign off for tonight from myself, and thanks to Joe for coming and helping out as we've got a little bit of a crew shortage here, and the rest of the Varsity Sports Live production crew for their support. We hope you all have a great night, and signing off for now. Stay tuned for next time.
From the gridiron to the hardcourt, the pitch to the mat, don't miss any of the action. We're there with live, local sports coverage at varsitysportslive.com.